Hey everybody, got another live show going for you tonight. And again, we got another topic that's exciting, a big storm. Biggest one of the year, I guess biggest one since 1999, hitting India. I think, what are they saying, even Bangladesh is affected by this. So, man, we got a wild show tonight. And I'm just going to set up the chat so we can make sure we get some comments for this one. I also was hoping to try out some of the automatic, what is it? Not the automatic, the call-in features for the show. So if anyone wants to use, say, Skype or Google or anything like that, just say that you want to call in the chat as soon as I get the right chat working here. Ah, there it is. YouTube live chat. Now, I was just broadcasting over on Facebook, so I had the Facebook chat going. So I have to switch it over to the YouTube. Not very active on, what is it, Facebook, so I decided to make the switch over. See if we can test it out. Alright, I'll type something in the chat, see if we can get it up and running. Alright, I typed chat, and what do you know, it worked. That's pretty sick. Alright, I'm just going to set over... Yeah, I hope everyone's taking all the warnings from officials serious about this India thing. I think if you're in that area, some of you might even be under evacuation order. So make sure you follow the evacuations, and definitely wouldn't be ignoring the officials, especially when a storm this big, right? Now, I've never been to that region before, but I was hoping to go there one day. The way things are going around the world, it doesn't look like we'll be doing traveling, or maybe we'll be doing some traveling soon. Alright, thanks for tuning in, everybody. I really appreciate it. If you want to help subscribe and like and share the video, that'd be cool. Alright, I'll get my studio back going. Yeah, so there's the track that they're showing for the storm. Looking pretty intense. I was hoping that I'd be able to zoom in on this, but it's not allowing me. But what I can do... So I'm going to bring it up onto Google Earth so we can take a look at that. Yeah, the Google Earth image that I'm going to be showing is a live image. And all I have to do is be able to load it up. Looks like it's rejecting the idea of loading up. I have this sort of effect on technology. I'll have to try a hard reset of Control-Alt-Delete and see if I can get into it. See, the interesting thing is, I thought I had Google Earth open already. Oh, there it is. It's moving so fast it won't let me shut it down. Alright, hopefully a hard reset should be able to fix the problem. My old computer teacher used to say, it's not the computer, it's the operator. Alright, now I see it loading. Keeping my fingers crossed. We'll get some Google Earth images of this storm. Alright, tonight's show I won't be taking a look at earthquakes right away. Just the storms for now. Isn't that wild, eh? Check out the difference before and after. That's a pretty intense storm. You can see the activity in the South Pole is powering it. Quite a few megastorms are brewing there. So it's neat how a lot of the storms are brewing in this section here, similar to how the Gulf storms brew. And I'll show you guys this too in case you haven't seen it. The red layer on my map usually aligns with these lines that show up on the Google Earth. Not sure exactly why that is. It's a shame. Google Earth is just not responding well for me tonight. As soon as I minimize it, it just vanishes. Oh, there we go. It was naming it a different file, so I was having trouble finding it. I clicked a random one and it worked. Yeah, one of these days I really want to get a show producer. That'd be sick. Right now the one that's working sucks. He needs to be fired. Yeah, it's a pretty sick looking map today. Wonder studio home. Oh, okay. Okay, I guess I'll bring up my studio, read up some more of the information that's breaking on the storm. This one is a link from Wikipedia. And this is where the title of my show there comes from. The 2020 North Indian Ocean Cycle Season is an ongoing event. Normally takes place between April and November. This is wrong. There we go. I was like, that's not the article I was looking to read. Alright. It's a very powerful tropical cyclone over the Bay of Bengal, threatening western Bengal and India and as well as Bangladesh. It's the first tropical cyclone of 2020 North Indian Ocean cycle, or cyclone season. Amphan is the first super cyclonic storm in the Bay of Bengal since 1999. Yeah, I wonder if this could be related to any of the pole shift information. It was on May 17th that the conditions became significant for intensification. Subsequently, Amphan became a severe cyclonic storm and then began to undergo explosive intensification. May 18th, when is that? Yesterday. Microwave imagery depicted that an eyewall replacement cycle was taking place, with the presence of two distinct concentric eyewalls, typical for very intense cyclones. I didn't even know that, eh? Cyclones have double eyewalls. Reminds me of the double South Pole. So right now it has a sustained winds of 230 kilometers an hour. Yeah, so that's also where I got this image. Oh, got a question from the chat. From Hunter. Sorry, I can't make out your first name. What does the purple ley line mean that goes through my hometown? Guess I'll have to bring that up. I'll open the chat viewer so I can read your question better. Grover Hunter. Pole shift information that goes to Maverick Reloaded. So Maverick, is that the place you wanted me to check? Sorry, I'm a little slow. Alright, I'll bring it up here. Oh, someone wants to see the megalithic lines. Alright, so I guess we'll do one at a time. The purple ley line mean that goes through my hometown. Oh, for pole shift information, go to Maverick Reloaded. I get you now. Alright, so if you want me to check your hometown, I guess you'll have to type in the location for it. I thought it was what you put there, but I don't think it is. Yeah, so if you want to see clouds that align with the line pattern, there's one. That red line pattern often coincides with weird lines like that from clouds. It must be a glitch in the software. I don't think that's possible. Why it keeps happening, I don't know. I'm definitely not responsible for causing it on purpose. As much as it sounds like I wish I could align the clouds like that. Alright, so yeah, there's the cyclone. So yeah, I'll get to the question. I almost forgot. I was supposed to check the ancient sites. Ancient sites. Now I can pretty much show you ancient sites anywhere except for England. So if there's anywhere specifically you wanted to see. What I do is I load a file called the Megalithic Portal. Yeah, if any of you guys wanted to call in with questions, I'll turn off the clouds for now. I was trying to test some features tonight on the show too to see if I can get Skype or Google Hangouts or Zoom or even Facebook questions to work. Yeah, Anchor Watt lines up nice. I remember when I first made this map, I was a little bit disappointed that Anchor Watt didn't line up very good. So I kind of gave up trying to line it up to it and then just made the map. I haven't came back to check in a while. It's neat. It's back on the line. Here, I'll have to bring up some the chat so I can read it. Yeah, getting another question from the chat here. Yeah, the file that I got in here is supposed to be all the megalithic sites, but I know a few that aren't in the file. I'm not sure if it's just not updated. I downloaded that file quite a few years ago. But yeah, you can add it to Google Earth. It'll just show you where all the ancient sites are. The only shitty thing is if you want to load up the England part of it, it usually crashes your computer. I don't know how good if you have a really good gaming computer, maybe you could run it. Alright, so yeah, I guess I'll go over a couple more of the ancient places. Yeah, see, these ones would be easy to build on because I'm pretty sure that's just the equator. Right? So if you're going to build on the equator, you'd be on the line. That's one thing that's different about this ley line map, I guess, is it's not super fancy where the locations are for each of these orb points. They're just the halfway points. Like if you divide the Earth in half, and then a half, and then a half, and you keep doing it in half. That's what these ancient great circle lines are based on. Yeah, I figured it would make sense to have something there, right where the lines intersect. What is that place called? Islam Good? Now, one of the things that I like best about Islam is that it's a little bit strict, and stricter people are usually nicer, or more polite. So when you get spoiled people that are kind of jackasses. It's like the Amish people. They're actually pretty nice to hang out with too. Even though the religion's a little on the harsh side. The whole shunning. If you do anything bad, they can shun you. No one's allowed to speak to you anymore. Shouldn't make fun of other cultures. Is there a website that I can go to look at Google Earth layers? Yeah, what I usually do is I just type it into Google and I ask for, like, what are the file types called? KMZ or KML or something like that. So if you type in KML, KMZ file, it'll start giving you lists of ones. You can get ones for ocean temperatures, magnetic fields, plate lines. Google Earth is fucking amazing. I like it better than any video game, really. All the different features and stuff you can do with it. Yeah, if there's any other specific layers you want to see, just let me know. The plate line is an impressive one. Yeah, maybe one day when I get a better computer I can show you guys England. I gotta be careful I don't go there by accident. Africa's kinda neat. I'll zoom in so England doesn't get in the way. Show you what the Holy Land looks like. So it's kind of neat how where the line is where a lot of the sites stopped. I don't know why that is. If someone's from the Holy Land, if they want to put in there why they think that is. Oh, you want to see the tectonic plates? Alright, I'll do that one next. That one's one of my favorite because there's a lot of really trippy stuff. Alright, let's do that. Turn off the megalithic. And I'll put on the tectonic plates. The file's called plate boundaries. If you type that into Google, I bet you it'll come up. Alright, the nice thing with the plate boundaries is I can zoom all the way out and show you guys it without my computer crashing. Maybe I jinxed it. Knock on wood. Alright, the coolest thing about the plate boundaries, before I show you it with my map, is it actually looks best without any lines that you can see the Mother Earth. A lot of people don't know that the South Pole, I guess, or Antarctica looks like the human brain. Well, if you turn the plate lines on for the Earth, you actually see the entire head and the neck and everything. It's pretty trippy, eh? Now, I used to have a really good file that showed the magnetic pole movement, and the magnetic south pole was traveling in this direction, and when it got to about to there was 2012. So I was like, oh, it's almost like the third eye activation did happen on the Mother Earth. No, it's all good. Yeah, I wish you could stay too. Hopefully I'll be having these chats more regularly. I'm going to try to get them going even nightly, depending how work situation goes. If I'm back to work sooner, it might be harder to keep doing. But thanks for tuning in, I appreciate the comments. I'll keep it going for a bit longer because we've got a few other people here. Yeah, the whole globe has a lot of cool shit like that, but man, that's got to be my favorite one. It really gets you thinking, right? Now, but you can see that where these ley line or gravity well points are, the plate lines do interact with it quite a bit. You can see it almost turned exactly at the right point there. And you might be thinking like, hey, this one missed pretty far off between these 2 points. But it is the same general geometry, how it divided there. But if you turn on the other alignments that I got, you can see it actually did come really close to the red point. I don't like to leave the red one on though because it's so clustered. It needs a lot of work still. Now, I've been doing some research on the double poles. I don't know if someone was in the chat was mentioning the pole shifts. When we got our regular North Pole there, it turns out a lot of the research I've been doing is we used to have another North Pole about there. And not like just a magnetic one, but geographic. And that's why the Ice Age was on this side and here. Some of the evidence for that is because we have 2 south poles. Most people don't even notice. These plate boundaries show it good. We used to have one giant south pole, and in the past it's split in half. And you might think, oh, Australia's not really as big as Antarctica, but part of Australia here is sunken. It's the sunken continent of Zealandia. So back when it used to attach, this would have all been above water. See, if you look at the geography there, how it's like a little island dipping down to it, it's the exact opposite here. Line coming down to it, continent. That's why I believe that Antarctica used to be tropical, and I bet you any money that Australia used to be frozen at one point. I don't know how it was affected during the last ice age, if anyone knows any links for that. But I always think that's kind of neat. Not many people talk about the idea that we actually have 2 south poles, and that the magnetic north is bouncing back and forth between them. Yeah, if anyone wants to call in, or just type in some more chat questions, we'll keep it going for a bit. I was thinking the new time I'd like to do the show is around 7 o'clock. Maybe just hand over control too if anyone else wants to do topics. As long as it's not too wild. Now really with these type of maps, you can keep adding more and more layers of lines. Like just keep splitting it and in half and in half. But once you start splitting it ridiculous amounts of times, it's just too many lines to look at. Yeah, that double yellow layer is too much. For some reason the red file got all messed. Let me fix that. There we go. Let's try the double yellows. Ooh. It's trippy, but too much to look at. And you can really tell the orb there. I don't know how scientists explain that. It's like orb there, orb here, orb here. What program that I'm using? I guess the program is called, where is it? Ah, there it is, Google Earth Pro. And it's free, so you don't have to even pay for it. I'm not sure if it offers extra features to unlock. I don't think so. I'm pretty sure it's all free. It's made by Google, obviously. Oh, what am I smoking on? It's the Extreme Q. And I use a vaporizer attachment. It's an oil collector. It's basically a, what is it, the Plenty cooling coil made by the Volcano company. Attached to a glass chamber that hooks up to the Extreme Q. It's a pretty crazy mod, but works well. It's nice because you don't have to light anything, huh? I always thought, wouldn't that be a neat thing in the future? Have something that just has like a tube next to you that has weed to puff anytime you want it. Fuck. Oh, sorry guys. I'm trying to find my drink. Oh, there it is. Now, so if anyone else has locations they want to check out, or any layer filters, or if you want to see any other cool stuff to do with like land formations on the earth, man, is there some sick ones. Or pole shift information. Man, I love getting into the topic of the pole shifts. I always thought the poles were going to flip, but I don't really think that anymore. Pretty sure we have two sets of poles. Two north poles, two south poles. And the poles change back and forth between those. They're not going to flip completely around. But it is pretty far flip as it is, so creates the Ice Age. I never really would have thought that this map would have helped convince me what solved the Ice Age. That is so weird. So I don't know what's going on. It's like I can't load every layer that I wanted to. Why? There it is. Yeah, this is so weird. What is going on? Why are my files not loading properly? Ah, there's why. Now, Google Earth is a pretty challenging program to use. I find it has lots of different glitches in it. Most of the time when I'm making these maps, the hardest part is just fighting Google to make sure that it works properly. But, as my computer teacher used to say, it's not the computer, it's usually the operator. Okay, finally. That was getting fucking annoying. Trying to open the file and it wouldn't. It ended up getting buried in the wrong menu. Now, I remember when I was a kid and I first got my first globe. And my dad showed me it was like one of those topographic globes where you could feel the bumps on it and stuff. And I was asking him, it's like, why is there this ocean ridge that goes to a spot near the equator? Like, does the equator cause ridge lines? And he's like, no, it's just a coincidence. Then I was making this map, I realized that these ridge lines on the equators don't just happen there. They go on the prime meridian and stuff too. I bet you that's how that oceanographer or captain managed to pick it. Hey, that's neat. I was just clicking on my video and it shows that the subscribe button option pops up. Wonder if that happens for real. Now I really appreciate you guys if you can subscribe, because if I can get some more people watching, it'll help me get motivated to do these broadcasts on a more regular basis. There we go. Now another thing that it looks cool with is the earthquakes. I'll put those on for a bit. That was weird. My ears just popped. Hopefully someone didn't have an earthquake. I'll put on the historical earthquakes and the current earthquakes. Maybe I'll just put historical. My computer started roaring there. Yeah, it's neat to see the earthquake history on the plate lines. You can start to see why we have earthquakes where we do. Holy shit, eh? Hawaii had a 7.5 in 1975. I didn't even know that. Yeah, that swirl program, or not program, pattern, it's pretty trippy. I wonder if that's what the ancients were drawing, that swirl. Ooh, the Hindu Kush Mountains. And I guess I'll check the updates, see what's been happening with the store. Yeah, it's kind of neat. I wonder if scientists point that out very often. It's like the cloud formations are even following the earth plates. Or ocean plates. Jeez. Look how intense that looks, eh? Definitely seems like it's gotten bigger since we first started looking at it. That's a little cleaner. I just tried the magnetic field to see if I could get it to open. Still no luck. Hoping they're just updating it and they didn't remove it permanently. Ah, this is a cool feature. I can check the ocean temperatures. Man, that's so wild when you see the colors, huh? Yeah, so can you imagine when all the water temperature is that around there? Yeah, that would have made this whole region a lot colder. That is so trippy. Now, just how that's so red here reminds me of the ancient legend about how the giant's head was severed. Even all the water's red coming out of its neck. Yeah. It's kind of disgusting. Never even realized that. Right where it's darkest is where it's coming out. Is that the craziest fucking weather map you've ever seen? That's wild. Dun, dun, dun. Yeah, it has to be a glitch in the radar. There's no way there could be a giant line like that. Yeah, it makes sense why there'd be a line with the temperature difference there, just because it's the equator, huh? Next, I'll try loading up the gravity anomaly. Wish I had a file for the entire... Maybe I'll remove the temperatures. Yeah, I like how that looks. It's the picture of the globe they rarely show you, right? It's like they don't want people to know that our South Pole used to be one giant one. Why they're keeping that a secret, I don't know. Maybe it's not really a secret and just happens to be the way it is. It's getting pretty late for me, so I'm probably going to wrap this show up pretty soon. You guys got any questions you want answered before? Any spots you want to see? Any topics you want to get covered? Excuse me. The Golden Gate Bridge, eh? I'll have to check that out. A nice bridge. Ooh, they built it right where the big one was. Yeah, reasonably close. Yeah, look at those lines, eh? Does look like one was going right through there. Almost looks like an orb pattern was there. Now, I was thinking at some points this map must have shifted over the ages. Although the way the continents look now is pretty impressive. Maybe it didn't shift. Yeah, I hope everyone in this region is able to stay safe. Make sure to listen to all the authorities. Shame I wasn't able to test a call-in feature. Maybe we can do that next time. Yeah, I'll probably check out this storm again tomorrow and see what the aftermath looks like. Praying for everyone. Alright, last vape hit for the night. There. Doesn't that look sick? Why it can't stay like that? No. I don't get it. Why does it always go blurred? If anyone knows in the comments, if they want to post, why when I import an image does it look fine until I zoom out and then all of a sudden it goes all choppy? It's so annoying. the hell? The fuck is going on? Why is it so fucked? There we go. There, that's a clip that I wanted to record. Remove this. Alright, thanks for watching, everyone. Yeah, if you could like and subscribe to the channel, really appreciate it, and have a good night. Take care. I'll be back in a second. Or no, I won't. I'll be going to bed. Alright, good night. See you later. Bye for now.